Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Virtual Preschool. I hope you had a really great weekend, and I'm really glad that you decided to join me for circle time today. Let's figure out what day of the week it is. The last day of school we had was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So today is Tuesday. Yes, so we'll move the rainbow arrow up to Tuesday. And remember last week I mentioned that we were going to have a new month this week, remember? And I said, think about the thing I've been saying all month last month, which was April showers bring May flowers. So does anyone know what the name of our new month is? So if you said May, you are correct. Here is our May calendar heading, and you can see it has some flowers, right? And a bird. This bird's carrying a flower, maybe to go build a nest with it. So remember, April showers bring May flowers. So here are the May flowers. All right, so May actually started on Saturday, which was a weekend day. So what is the first number we count with? What do we start with? Number 1, that's right. So we have a number, oopsie, sorry, I put these back in here a little backwards. Let me fix them a minute. All right, so we have a number 1 with a blue flower on it. So that was Saturday. What number comes after 1? 2, yes. So we have a number 2 with a pink flower on it. So that was Saturday. Or Sunday, excuse me. We need to keep going. So 1, 2, what comes next? 3, yes. So we have a number 3 with a bird on it. All right, so 1, 2, 3, that was Monday. We need to do one more. So 1, 2, 3, what comes next? 4. So let's see what's on number 4. Oh, we have a 4 with another bird on it. So this is our pattern. Our pattern is, get that in there a minute. Blue flower, pink flower, bird, bird. So that is our pattern that we're going to be repeating all month. All right, so today, let's say the whole date. Today is Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. And this is actually our last month of preschool before summer break. All right, so let's look out the window and figure out what the weather is like at your house. When you look out the window, is it partly cloudy, cloudy, sunny, windy, rainy, stormy, or snowy? Hopefully not snowy. And if you step out the door at your house, does it feel burning hot, hot, warm, cool, cold, or freezing cold? And don't forget to check on your weather app to see what the number is for the temperature today. All right, so last week we started talking about one of my favorite things. Does anyone remember what it was? Seeds. Yes, remember we read some books about seeds. We talked about the parts of a seed, right? There was the seed coat that goes around the outside of the seed that protects the seed. Inside was the cotyledon, which is the food for the little plant that's going to grow. And there was the little baby plant or the embryo. So this week, we're going to kind of continue on and see what happens when seeds grow. All right, so let's see what our book is today in the mystery envelope. All right, so this book is called Dandelions, Stars in the Grass. Now, lots of kids love to pick dandelions, right? So sometimes we pick them when they're yellow, like this. And a lot of times if we pick them when they're in their seed state, when they've gone to seed, and people like to blow on them and make wishes, right? And what that actually does is spread all those tiny little dandelion seeds around so that they can grow more dandelions. And remember, we talked about that in our book last week, about all the different ways that seeds can travel And dandelion seeds travel in the air, right? Okay, so let's see what happens in this book. I know that some people call it a weed, but to me the dandelion is a noble breed. Bright yellow petals adorn each one, spreading out like rays of the sun. And that's true. A lot of people don't like dandelions. They call them weeds because they grow in their grass, but they're actually excellent flowers for the bees. In spring, dandelions bloom like gold stars in the grass, growing taller and taller as the warm days pass. And I bet you have seen dandelions already this spring. Under sunny summer skies, the flowers are visited by bees and butterflies. So dandelions are actually very important to the bees. That is where they get a lot of their food from. So if we got rid of all the dandelions, we would probably get rid of all the bees too. That would not be a good thing, because bees are the ones, some of the creatures that pollinate our fruit and vegetable plants. The flowers begin to change one summer day. Their bright yellow petals fold up and fall away. In place of petals emerge fluffy tufts of white. And those are the seeds, right? They form a perfect circle, delicate and light. The wind blows them loose, sweeping them into the sky. See, there they go. And you can see on the end of each little tuft is a seed. If you look really closely at a real dandelion flower, you will see those seeds too. Like tiny umbrellas, they float up high. Every flying tuft the wind has freed carries it with a tiny seed. The tufts float on the wind until falling to rest. A nice grassy hillside is what they like best. Into the soil a seed snuggles down. Slender new roots tunnel deep underground. So when a seed first starts to grow, the first thing that comes out is the root that goes down into the ground. Dandelions have pretty strong roots. Fragile green leaves begin to grow, sprouting up from the earth below. Look closely and you'll find round buds of green, but bright yellow petals are yet to be seen. So, up with those two seed leaves, or the first two leaves of a plant, there is also a tiny, tiny stem, or a shoot. So we have a root that comes first, a shoot or a stem, and then the two first leaves that appear. The buds slowly open, facing the sky. Sunlight and water will help them grow high. As summer moves on, sunny and warm, seeds become flowers. New dandelions form. So dandelions are one of the flowers that don't produce a fruit, though, right? Remember we talked about last week that most seeds grow and produce a flower and then some kind of fruit. So dandelions don't produce a fruit. They're one of those kinds of flowers that don't. So let's see what we have today. I'm actually going to take the one off the bottom here first. So in your packet you have a new self-portrait picture page. So this says, "This is me in May." So you're going to think about all the parts that you have on your body and how much you've grown since April and draw a picture of yourself. All right. Then we also have the reading log for May, and remember the April one was raindrops, and we said April showers bring May flowers, so the May one has flowers. Don't forget to have your parents make more copies of this, because there will not be enough probably to color for all the books you will read this month. All right, so in our book, we just kind of talked about something called the plant life cycle. It's how a seed grows into a plant. And in your packet, you have something that looks like this. It says plant life cycle. So you will take off this little section here that has all of the different parts of a seed growing. All right. And let's see, there's a little spot up here for your name, so you can write or trace your name, Miss Mika. All right, and then you're going to cut apart on the little dotted lines each of these pictures. All right, so you'll take your scissors, remember to keep your thumb up, cut on that dotted line in between each of the pictures. And now we need to figure out how a seed grows. All right, so first things first, where do we put the seed usually? Usually into the dirt, right? And we just have the seed, that's all we have. We plant the seed in the dirt. So here's the picture of just the seed. Nothing has happened yet to the seed. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on that. And stick it down in the spot that is next to the number 1. So there it is. There's the number 1, and there is our seed that nothing has happened to yet. And then we are going to do what for the seed to make it grow? What does a seed need to grow? We mentioned it a little bit in the book. It needs some rain or some water from a watering can or a hose. So it needs water. And what else? What else comes from the sky that the plant needs to grow? Sun. It needs water, sun, and we plant it inside in the dirt or the soil, right? So a plant needs soil, all right? Plants also need air, all right? They need air for lots of different things. In the ground, they need air and space to grow. When they come out of the ground, when they sprout, they need air moving to help make their stem really strong, all right? So if there's no air moving, your stem of your plant will not be super strong. That's what makes the stem get very strong. Okay, so we're going to plant the seed in the dirt. Rain is going to rain on it. Sun is going to shine on it, right? And the first thing that's going to pop out, do you remember from the book? Which part comes first, the root or the shoot? The root. All right, so the root grows down into the ground. Remember, in the one book we read, it talked about that gravity causes that. The pull of gravity from the earth causes the root to grow down into the soil. So we're going to put that by number 2. So here we have the seed. We planted it in the dirt. The rain rained on it. The sun shone on it. And here comes down the root. So after the root, what comes up next? What goes up towards the sky, towards the sun? The shoot, right? We talked about that in one of the books we read last week, and it was sort of in the book about dandelions. All right, so the shoot goes up. So there's the seed, the root comes down, the shoot goes up, and the next thing to happen, what grows on the shoot or the stem that comes up? Those first 2 little leaves, right? So most plants get first little leaves that come up. I know this is really tiny to see on the screen. So that is the last one on our picture. Now we know after those first 2 leaves, right, the plant continues to get more leaves and then usually a flower and a lot of times a fruit, right? So there's the seed. We watered it and put sun on it, and the root comes down, the shoot comes up, and then we get those 2 little leaves on the top. All right? So that is the plant life cycle. All right, in your packet you also have something that says parts of a flower, and this is going to go in your little plastic sheet protector that I sent home a few weeks ago. You'll put that inside there, and you can use Play-Doh on top of this. This is a Play-Doh mat to make the parts of a flower. Okay, so it says this is the whole flower. These are the seeds in the middle. We have the petals. We have the stem or the shoot. We have the leaf. There's the ground, right? The dirt. And below the dirt we have the roots. So all the different parts of a flower you can make with Play-Doh. All right, then we also have a board game. I found 2 different board games to send home with you this week. This one is called What Do Plants Need? And we talked a little bit about this already, right? So for this game, the purpose of the game is to try to get all one of each of the cards that shows something that a plant needs. So we need to know a plant needs soil, it needs water, it needs sun, and it needs air. So you're going to try to collect all of those. Oh, there goes the classroom lights. Just a second. All right, so you're going to try to collect all of those. All right, so you have these show pictures of all those different things. Let me show you here. We have the dirt, the soil. It's really tiny, I know. We have the rain. We have the sun. And we have the air. And then we also have this other one. Let me find it. Not seeing it in here. Maybe it's just on the board. Never mind. I think I'm wrong about that. There must not be. All right. So you're trying to collect all 4 of those things, okay? So you're going to also need a dice, which I don't have today, but I'm going to pretend to roll one. And you're going to need some little game pieces. All right. So I've got just a collection of leftover game pieces from old games. All right. So you'll put them at the start. Then you are going to roll your die. All right, I got a 5. So I'm going to move my game piece 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I landed on a sun, so I get to take the sun card. All right, and keep that with me. Now I have the sun. I need to collect the other 3. So the next person's going to go. They're going to roll their dice. Remember, I'm using a pretend dice. Oh, this person got a 3. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, that person got dirt. So they will get to take a dirt card. All right, to hold on to. And you'll keep playing that way until somebody collects all 4, the rain, the sun, the dirt, and the air. And that person is the winner of the game. Okay? So, and I believe when you land on the picture that shows all, let's see, is there only one of those? Yeah. There's one picture that shows all 4 of the different things. So I guess you get to pick whichever one you still need then with that one. But there are also, forgot to mention, there are also directions on the back that tell you exactly how to play. Okay? So that is what I have to share with you today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see some of you today at 10:30 for small group. And let's see, I believe we have a play date coming up on Thursday. All right, so don't miss that. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.